When simple and easy becomes complicated and hard. Hi, I'm attorney Paul Bernstein of the Bernstein Law Group. Imagine this situation. Elderly woman had seen an attorney to figure out how to protect her home in case she goes into a nursing home. Attorney gave her said, let's just do a simple and easy approach. Won't be very expensive. Woman thought she was all set. In the end, because they took the simple and easy approach, when the woman went to sell her home, she got far less from the sale of the home because of taxes and other reasons. And also, it took months and months before she could even sell the home because of the simple and easy approach. It ended up being a nightmare situation for this client. A little bit of background so you have an understanding of why that was the case. The attorney she went to was not well versed in elder law and estate planning and decided, let's just simple and easy. We're going to do what's called a life estate deed. Told this woman, deed your home to your 3 sons, but in the deed, reserve a life estate. That allowed her to live in the house, have the sole right to use and occupy the house during her lifetime. At her death, if everything goes according to plan, it'll automatically go to the sons. No probate. That's a good thing. They'll get the full amount. And if she goes into a nursing home after 5 years from deeding the house to the son, the house will be protected. Also a good thing. So she thought she was all set, very inexpensive. It was simple, easy. It was a deed. Not much change for her until she decided some years later that she wanted to sell the house and live in an assisted living facility. That's when simple and easy became complicated and hard. For her to sell the house, she couldn't do that herself. There were 3 other people on the deed besides her 3 sons, her 3 adult sons. Normally, they would just sign the deed as well. They would get their share of the proceeds because they are co-owners. They would split the proceeds with the mother and give it back to the mother. First issue was, because it wasn't their primary residence, the share the 3 sons received, which was most of the proceeds. It was about over 70% of the sale proceeds went to the sons for their ownership. They had to pay capital gains tax on it. So the sons that gave the proceeds back to this woman couldn't give her the full amount. They lost 20% on their shares to capital gains. Not fully 20%, but pretty much. The other very complicated component to this was the middle son. After she signed the deed, the life estate deed, but before she went to sell the house, the son had a medical event, a significant one, where he ended up being completely incompetent, living in a nursing home himself in his 50s. Sad situation. But what happened was they needed his signature on this deed. He couldn't sign it. So his wife had to go to probate court to be appointed his conservator, just so she could sign the deed for her mother-in-law. That process was expensive, took several months. Finally got through it, finally was able to sign the deed, but that's when they also found out that the judge would not permit the daughter-in-law to take her husband's share, one of the sons, his third of the share of the sale proceeds, and give it back to the mother. The judge said any funds that the conservator has to be used for the incapacitated son and can't be gifted back over. So here we have this woman, simple and easy at the beginning, ended up only getting a small percentage, well, not a small, but significantly smaller amount back to her because of capital gains taxes and one son's conservatorship than had she just retained the house and sold it or used alternative approaches that could have had the same benefits and more, but capital gains taxes wouldn't have been an issue, nursing home wouldn't be an issue, And if one became incapacitated, still not an issue and still avoiding probate. It would have been a little bit more complicated at the beginning, a little bit more expensive, but would have avoided these issues. Now you might say, yeah, but the likelihood of one ever becoming incapacitated, pretty unlikely. We don't know that. Why run that risk? So I hope you found this story illustrative of why simple and easy is often not the best way to proceed when you're dealing with a complicated situation and something of significant value like a home. So I hope you found the video informative from that perspective. If you have any other questions or just not sure what to do, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.